Hello there, people of the internet. So I'm actually waiting for a package right now that I've been waiting for a couple of days. The Hurricane Ian that had recently passed by Florida, well, passed right through Florida, slowed down the shipping of this package. Of today's recording, it's October 8th, so by the time I actually upload this video, it might have been like several months ago. You never know with my upload schedule. Real quick, sorry for the interruption, but I'm trying to get Patreon and Utreon support to assist me with making more content like what you're watching right here. So if you want to help me make more content and make it more often, then Utreon and Patreon links are in the description below. Obviously, the things I'm doing here are not free, and much of it is not cheap. So I would like to be able to do more, but I need support to do it. So like I said, links below. But I figure I'd go ahead and I'd come out here while I'm waiting for this package, and I'd show off a new carbine that I just got. Now I got myself a little High Point 995, I think that's the designation. Yeah, model 995. This is a 9mm single stack carbine. I wanted a 9mm carbine because any 9mm that I have is particularly only handguns. I did not have a 9mm carbine until now. So I mean, just 9mm is a lot cheaper to get your hands on, like the cheap bulk, just Full Metal Jacket stuff is a lot cheaper to get your hands on than intermediate caliber cartridges. So going out and doing some range planking with a 9mm carbine is better and more fun than a 22 long rifle, in my personal opinion. And I also spend a lot less money on 9mm than I would on like 5.56 or something like that, taking that out to the range. So I'm actually going to make a full in-depth video on why having a 9mm carbine is a really, really good idea no matter what your setup is. Like, just because of the price of the ammunition, if you're getting yourself like cheap steel case bottom of the barrel ammunition, you get like 2 to 3 shots of 9mm as opposed to 1 round of 5.56 or 7.62 x 39. Those are more powerful, but a 9mm carbine can handle, I mean, it can handle a lot of what it is that you're going to have thrown at you, unless you're in an area like I am and, you know, people could start opening fire from a tree line that's, you know, 500 to 600 yards away, then yeah, having an intermediate caliber cartridge would absolutely be the way to go. But if you're in a city urban environment, dude, you can get by with a 9mm carbine just fine. This is the box that it came in. This is an unboxing video. So this was the box that it came in. Open this bad boy up, and the carbine was, of course, just kind of sitting in there just like that. Wow, this being polymer is extremely lightweight. I could lug this thing around all day long. Of course, I've noticed that a lot of rifles that I thought once were heavy have now become extremely lightweight, in my opinion. But this is all the crap that comes with the carbine. I had this nice little hunk of styrofoam covering the rear sights on this thing, just like this, just to prevent it from damaging them in shipping and whatnot. So that's a nice little touch. I'm glad that they did that. Another piece of styrofoam to hold the carbine itself. It came with one singular single stack magazine, 10 rounds, 9mm. I got a couple of books, High Point firearms, accessories catalog. I actually did not look at this, and I might actually have to look at, oh God, I saw a High Point in there that said Daddy's Girl on it. Don't get your daughter a High Point that says Daddy's Girl on it. Jesus Christ. And we have, what is this? This is actually my first time checking all of this out. Warranty. Yeah, High Point comes with warranty. Activate your warranty by creating a new online account and get a single-use code for 15% off your accessory order. Fantastic. So I did get this new. I do have the warranty. NRA join us thing, give the NRA money. That's what they're asking for. Magazine warning. Magazines must have proper clearance or the frame will be damaged. Okay, if you're getting old, like used High Point aftermarket mags, according to this piece of paper right here, you want to make sure that they have proper clearance where the last round hold open is, otherwise the frame of the High Point will get damaged. And that makes sense, it's a different design magazine. This is High Point model all of them. Just one High Point book talking about the carbines. So, last time I had a High Point carbine on the channel, it was a long time ago, 40 Smith & Wesson. I didn't have any of this stuff. I bought it used at my gun store, and it didn't come with any of this stuff. This was in the carbine just to make sure that it was you know, empty. You take this, slide it into your chamber. Got a little flag there showing that it is in fact empty. I keep a handful of these on standby in case I'm like transporting any firearms or anything like that across state lines, if in the event that I get pulled over. Is that a truck I hear? No, that's a lawnmower. Damn you, lawnmower guy. But in the event that I get pulled over or something, just having unloaded firearms looks a little better depending on where it is that you're at. Here in the state of Florida, not really a big problem. Basically any of your freedom states. But if I go out to a non-freedom state, then that's something to take into consideration. So I just keep a handful of these on standby. Alright, so charging handle was not on the firearm. These do not come on the firearm. I mean, it was not broken off or anything like that. All you do, it's literally just a bolt with a little, what would you call this? A little grip, rotating grip piece on it. It's a bolt with a thing on it that you can use to charge your high point. So all you do, you literally just put this into the hole where the charging handle is and you screw it down. And there you go. Now you have yourself a charging handle. Alright, we have ourselves the cheapest nylon sling I've ever seen in my entire life. We have ourselves sling swivels in the event that you feel like installing a sling onto your high point. I'm probably not going to get around to doing that because I really don't care about having a sling on my high point. We have, looks like, I'm not sure if I'd call this styrofoam or bubble wrap. It's got air in it. It's like a cross between styrofoam and bubble wrap. This was wrapped around the gun's receiver just to protect it. It also had a bunch of these little stickers on there that I already took off, so your high point will be lathered in these ugly, bright neon stickers, but they do come off pretty easily. And we have ourselves a lock in case you feel like locking your high point so no one else can use it. It literally just folds around like that. You can lock your high point. And we have ourselves a tool right here. I think that this is a disassembly tool. Got a little screwdriver on it right there, and we got little nut slots on it right there, and we have something right there, some kind of keyed Allen wrench, maybe push in and turn. That might be for the lock, I'm not 100% sure, but it does come with a little tool that you can use for whatever it is that you're doing with your high point. Alright, I don't foresee me keeping this box. I don't really have much use to. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take the sling, the lock, and the tool. There we go, and I'm going to toss all these bastards into this little bag right here. And that'll be basically the only thing that I keep besides all the paperwork and manual and whatnot. You always want to hold on to those, never knowing ever that might come in handy. Now this high point, I did have problems with it right out of the box, as is not surprising for a carbine at this price. I also threw a little aftermarket flashlight on it because, hey, why not? It's actually a flashlight for a handgun, but it fits on the Picatinny rail, so I have it there. But the problem I had was the front sight. Whenever it came right out of the box, the front sight was actually loose. Not really a big deal at all. Literally, all I did was take my Allen wrench, and there's two little Allen keys right here on the bottom of the front sight right here, and you just tighten those up, and bam, the front sight was tight again. That was the only problem that I had with this thing. Yeah, besides that, let's put some ammo through it. Alright, so I've actually got this box right out there that I'll have to shoot through this pile of leaves and bush right here in order to hit. So, 10 round, single stack magazine, very similar to the high point handguns. Literally just pop that in right there. Mag release is right here on the side of this grip. Very cheap, very cheap feeling. But I mean, it does work. These high point carbines are known to work very, very well. I'm just gonna go ahead and send some lead. Wow, I really am gonna be going right through that bush, aren't I? Yeah, right through the bush, right through the box, and into the water. These carbines, I mean, they run. We're just running cheap tool ammo, steel case stuff. Probably not the most accurate out to extended ranges, but they do cycle the firearm, and that's basically all you can ask for what you're getting. I wonder if I can hit. I wonder if I can hit the actual wood right there. I think I did. Yeah, I see the wood a little torn up right there. Alright, last round, bolt hold open. It does hold itself open. Whenever you have yourself an empty magazine, the bolt will hold itself open. The only way to really drop it, there's no drop system on it. No bolt release or anything like that. No special button that you can push. You have to drop the mag out pull this back and then actually slide it forward. And just like that, 10 rounds, no malfunctions whatsoever out of this thing. All right, I guess we can go over the features. If you haven't seen one of these before, then hey, let's go over the features. I suppose we got ourselves Picatinny rail down under the barrel that you can use to mount a light or something like that. So now I have a light mounted on my high-point carbine. Another Picatinny rail mounted on the bottom of this handguard. I guess that's what we're gonna call that right there, where you can mount like a grip or a secondary light, laser light attachment, whatever the hell it is you feel like mounting right there. You can mount whatever you want right there. It's a standard Picatinny rail. We got a Picatinny rail on the top of the receiver right here. You can actually take these sights off. They are just held on with little Allen screws right there. Take these sights off and you can mount on whatever optic it is that you feel like using. I like that these sights are held on not by just like clamping onto the Picatinny rail, but actually screwed into the receiver itself. That would yield to good accuracy if this was a more accurate firearm. Now, as we all know, 9mm has an extreme amount of recoil behind it. Anyone who's ever fired the 8mm Mauser knows how much recoil is behind that, especially behind a rifle that doesn't have a recoil absorbing butt pad on it. Well, that's 8mm. This is 9mm, so it must have substantial more recoil behind it, right? So they added this fantastic little recoil absorbing butt pad on this thing to assist with the recoil, the very harsh, brutal recoil that is the 9mm. Besides that, to adjust windage and elevation, you do need a little screwdriver. They're not just like click adjustments like I like on my sights, but I mean, once you adjust these out to be zeroed at like 50 yards, then that's pretty much the furthest that you're going to want to shoot this thing. You can manage out to 100 yards. Ask me how I know. I've done it. But if you're going out to that distances, like, you're going to need yourself some good ammo to actually run through this thing. And my cheap steel case ammunition that I was running through this, probably not the best. I was pulling off like, I don't know, 6-inch groups, 6 to 8-inch groups with this stuff at 100 yards. Not great, not the best. You get what you pay for, and I paid for cheap tool ammo, so honestly, I'm just glad that I hit my target at 100 yards. I don't think that there is much else to say about this thing. The rear sight on the back is literally just an aperture sight. You can adjust it to whatever elevation and windage it is that you want. The trigger on this thing, not gonna lie, kinda sucks. I mean, this does have potential to be very accurate, but man, that trigger is absolutely awful. Ah, damn it, magazine's still in there. Trigger, oh god, we got probably about, let's see, safe direction, we are unloaded. For anyone who goes typing in the comments, oh god, what are you doing? We are, oh god, oh god, oh jeez, oh my god. So it takes about 8 pounds to start the process of creeping on that trigger, and you got yourself, oh I don't know, half a centimeter of consistent creep. 8 pounds of consistent creep on this trigger before it finally starts creeping backwards. Oh god, it's not a good trigger. It's spongy. It's very, very spongy. But hey, despite not being the best trigger, it does shoot, and we were making hits on target, so that's a high-point carbine for you. It does work. It's ugly, clanky, not fun at all. And my charging handle has already come loose here, but I didn't exactly tighten it all the way. I basically just used a pair of pliers. It is a bolt head. It looks like, I don't know, 10mm. You might be able to torque that down to the point to where it doesn't come loose. I remember on my old high-point carbine I had issues with that one coming loose as well, so I might have to put some Loctite or something on this one to stop it from coming loose. Ah, how could I forget the safety? Side of the receiver right here, very easy to use. There's a big red dot. Red is dead. That's how you know it's going to fire if you pull the trigger. You just push that safety up, it covers the red dot. Now you know the firearm is safe. I am noticing this thing under the trigger guard right here. It almost looks like a place where you could like have some kind of secondary attachment right there. No idea what it is actually for. I'm sure somebody down in the comments is going to tell me exactly what this right here is, but right there on the trigger guard, no idea. Don't ask me what it is, because you're gonna get that answer. I have no clue. It looks like somewhere where you would attach something like some kind of aftermarket part if you felt like. Okay, well, thanks for watching, folks. I appreciate your time. This is me checking out my brand spanking new 9mm carbine, the Hi-Point 995. Yeah, I like it. For the amount of money that I paid for it, these are not very expensive. And if you're rocking a 9mm handgun already and you have 9mm ammunition, I recommend that you get yourself some kind of 9mm carbine as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be this thing. Get yourself whatever the hell it is that you're wanting. If you want yourself something specific, then go for that. I just wanted some kind of 9mm carbine, so Hi-Point was a good option because I didn't feel like spending a lot of money on it. I'm probably going to get some aftermarket mags for it, have a little bit more than just a 10-round magazine. The aftermarket mags, they don't work very well out of the box, but I mean, occasionally you'll get yourself one that works very, very well, but for the most part, they don't work all that great out of the box, so you gotta finagle with them a little bit to try and get them working better. And there are ways to get them working better, but you gotta finagle with them, you gotta play with them. So that is probably what I'm going to do, though, because I've only got one magazine for this carbine, so I have no reason to not get additional magazines. So hey folks, thanks for watching. Like I said, I do appreciate your time. Like, subscribe, share. Description down below has a link to all sorts of stuff. Go check that out. And I am going to sit here and continue to wait for my package, which is what I've been doing for a long time now. It should have been here like a week ago. Of all the packages, why did it have to be this one? I got an email though, said it's on its way, out for delivery today. Yep, here we go. Adult signature required too, so I can't exactly just leave and go somewhere else and do something else. I have to literally be here waiting for the delivery driver to bring me my stuff. I hate adult signature required packaging. Like, I hate that you can't just tell the delivery company, hey, like, this is my early signature, just leave the package at the door. That would be great. Anyway, before I go onto a tangent about delivery services, you guys go off, have yourself a fantastic day. I have another firearm that I'm actually going to bring out here to check out, so that'll be a good time. Thanks for watching. I'm going to go do that. You guys go off, do whatever the hell it is that you guys do. Down in the comments below, I hear all sorts of stories about some of the things that you people do. So, actually, that would make a fun video talking about some of the things, some of the stories that I've heard in the comments. That would make a really fun video. And trying to recreate them, oh god. You guys go off, have a good day. I'm done with this video. Been a little while since I've done this. Bonnie and Clyde be damned. The poor man's Garen. It's a shame that bolt-action shotguns aren't more mainstream.